Hello, it's Spence, the evil genius, with your WordPress tip of the day. Guys, I've got a great video for you today. We've got a question from Janice inside of our community. She asks, when you have a page you want to share with a paid user, how do you suggest to make a link to a PDF from a page inside of WordPress? Well, all right, it's pretty simple. There's 3 ways to do this, and they're all equally powerful, but they also accomplish different goals. So the 3 ways, very simply, and I'm going to go over here to our demo site, would be number 1, to embed the actual PDF itself, which means to show it visibly so somebody can browse it and read it. And that's actually good sometimes, especially on a larger scale browser, because it's kind of like having an online magazine. Somebody doesn't have to go anywhere else. And it's also what you can do when you natively use Google Docs for creating PDFs. Second way to do it is to put a link in directly that somebody can access and just either view the document directly because the browser supports it, like Chrome and Firefox and IE will now in their latest versions, or to allow somebody to download it from the link. And the third way is to use the download monitor, which also gives a link, but in this case, that is a link that's obfuscating or hiding the true location of the PDF. Now, that doesn't mean people can't get to it, but it just means that you give them a way to download it locally, and you can control not only who gets to it, but you can also get some statistics on who used it. So I'm going to show you all 3 really quick. So basically, just to start out, I set up a page here, and I'm going to start out with the first technique, which is to embed the actual PDF. And what I did is I uploaded one of our PDF books from our coursework, and what you can see here, although it's a little hard because of the size of my video screen, you can have the whole book easily read, and somebody can read it a lot of different ways. Number 1 is you can just use the scroll bar, and that kind of gives the page. And number 2 is you can also configure this differently, where you can center it on the page, or you can have it where the size of the page is a little wider, for example. Those are parameters you can adjust, but at the basic starting point, somebody can just go ahead and read the book, and this is nice in line. I don't know how well this will do if somebody has a smaller browser though, so you might want to just do this as a test, see if it works out at the various screen sizes, and if it does, great, and it's an option. The second way to do that is what we talked about, which is to use a direct link, and to do that is really simple. First of all, let me take you back over here to our dashboard. The way I got this content in here to begin with is I just went ahead and created a regular page, and then I used the add media link so that I could go ahead and drag the PDF into this media library. And here's my PDF that I used. It was on my desktop. I just dragged it and dropped it. Okay. Now, once it's in there, I can go ahead and use that again, right? So I click on it, and I can rename the title if I want to, or I can say hard to get PDF. Whatever I want people to see, I can add that caption or description, etc. If I'm using any of our management plugins for membership, like the groups or the members, I can also have different read access capabilities here as well. But for this example, I'm just going to do this as a direct link. So when I insert it into the page, it's right there. Now, let me get this out of the way. In this particular case, this is going to put a link in above the embed that we previously had. So I'm going to click Save. And now let's go back and refresh the page. And you can see now I've got that link right there. And so what happens is twofold. One is somebody can always right-click and save link as, and it'll download it to wherever they want. The next way people can do it is in a modern browser. If they click on this, it will open it up full screen and give you nice reading tools, which is kind of nice as well. You can even do full width, etc. So it's your choice on whether you think the people are going to have this capability to use this, but I like it because with a simple link, you get all the benefits of people being able to read it full screen, but you don't have the downsides that you have when you try to embed it. Now, I'm also going to cover something I forgot to mention. The way that we did this embed is by using a third-party plugin called the Vanilla PDF Embed plugin, and this was available right in the WordPress repository. So I simply copy that name, and I had gone over here to our dashboard under plugins, and then I went ahead and clicked on Add New, and when I did, I put in the name Vanilla PDF Embed, and I searched it out. And that's when I was able to go ahead and click on Install. Now, there's no parameters to set this up directly. It's pretty easy to use. The way it works is what you kind of just saw. When we look at the actual page that we worked on, the embed actually just has a little short code on it. So short code is a way to add snippets of code to WordPress without writing code. And here's this short code we used. We used the PDF to start and the /PDF to end. And if you never use shortcodes always have these square brackets that begin them and end them. So if you want to have a PDF in your site, you just basically grab either the page ID, or the download ID, or you grab the URL of the download, which is what I did, from the media library, and you put it between two shortcode tags, starting with PDF and ending with /PDF. Okay? And that's the way that we made the original embed. So sorry for leaving that off at the beginning. The last way we can do this is we're going to use the Download Monitor plugin. Now we've used this before. This is a plugin, let me just show you, that we installed. It's from the repository. It's called Download Monitor. It's from Mike Jolly. And again, you can get it by clicking Add New and typing Download Monitor. And this allows us to have a new manager inside of our site called Downloads. And here's where we can add that particular PDF again. So what I did is I said Add New. And when I did, I just named it. And I called it, hard to get PDF. And this is the actual file. So this isn't that I'm logging in or adding anything new here. This is just where I'm putting the PDF into the database for the Download Monitor. And then what's important is I go ahead and I'm going to add the version. And here's where I can either put in the URL of an existing file location, or like I did, I clicked and I uploaded the file. And I just selected it from the existing library and then I published it. Okay? Now, when I do that, it's accessible to me in the post or the page. So here, if I want to add that now, I use the button right in the page editor called Insert Download. And then I choose the hard to get technique. And if I put it in this way, it'll add a link. If I want to make that a big blue button, I can type in button and it will make it into a really cool blue button. If you don't like the button, you can always remove that extra short code meta. So in other words, if a parameter, if you take out template equals button, it'll just be a link. If you have the button, it will be a button. So let's see what that looks like now. And this should end up below our embed of our original PDF. So we've got our link, we've got our PDF, and now we've got this big blue button. And probably the reason, I just want to show you, probably the reason that the embed isn't working is when I use the PDF shortcode, make sure you have no spaces, okay? So that's what broke it. These should all be in line and no gap or anything. So let me update that and show you. And when you refresh this, there we go. All right, so now we've got everything we need in one spot, right? We've got the three techniques: a regular link, we've got the embedded and displayed, and we've got a link to download it. Now the extra benefit of using the Download Monitor is that when I click on it, we can show, for example, how many times it's been downloaded. Like if I refresh the page, it should show 1. And we also have some statistics on the backside. So if we go over to the Download Monitor, we can look at logs and we can see who downloaded what and where. Now, all of these work in conjunction with the other membership tools and plugins that we've shown you in our other videos. So I can, for example, make this page a members only page, or I can make the links to either this link or that link available only to members. Since I've covered that in other videos, I'd like you to go back and look at our Creating a Responsive WordPress membership site videos, which are available on our YouTube channel as well as at 1WD.TV, and that'll help to remind you of how to set up protected content. This is Spence, the Evil Genius. We'll see you next time.